सबसे पहले मैं एक चीज चाहता हूँ कि राजीव जी आप आए, you please be on the dais because आपका already introduction हो गया, so it would be nice if you can please come and sit on your place, sir. Mr. Anil Kumar Chaudhary, Chief General Manager, Energy Efficiency Services Limited. Dr. Nitin Goyal, co-founder Inky Gold India Private Limited. Dr. Sachin Kumar, Director, Industry and Railway, including Shakti Sustainable Energy Foundation. Ms. Sneha Sajjan, Indian Pooling Lead, Green Pooling Collaboration. Mr. Joy Anand, Research Associate, Earth Science and Climate Change Study. Mr. G. Anand Kumar, I suppose this is not okay. And Mr. Ashish Gupta, Managing Director, Standard Administration and Regional Director, North East Region. So I first of all welcome you all. Huge round of applause for my. So I will start with Mr. Anil Kumar Chaudhary. आप अपने बारे में एक मिनट में अपना इंट्रोडक्शन कीजिए और आप आज कैसे क्या कर रहा है एनर्जी एफिशिएंट कोचिंग के लिए, फिर आज कोड में क्वेश्चन पूछ सर ब्रीफली सर.
थैंक यू जैसा आशीष जी बताइए आई एम फ्रॉम EESL चीफ जनरल मैनेजर एंड EES थोड़ा सा बैकग्राउंड है कि एक्चुअली कैसे हाउ वी हैव एंटर्ड इनटू दिस and what is our objective? इसमें क्या है कि nationwide food harvest post harvest loss को arrest करने के लिए program है. Everybody is India government is very serious to arrest this loss, and when we are going to arrest this loss, so we will be needing cold chain we will be needing in our mind, and this actually. Just the secretary ने बोला that when we are going to this post harvest loss is a two dimensional loss. Means there is a food security, threat to the food security, and another is GHG emission happens when this waste food is also producing GHG emission. Two-way loss is there. And when we will be putting the cold storage, this will be another thing which will be putting the load on the energy system. So when the energy system, the load of the energy system will be there, so we come into the picture that we have to ensure that it should be efficient cold storage system. So we are now thinking that our cold chain system should be very efficient, and in the process we have understood that initially we should start with the micro cold storage to arrest the post harvest loss at the farm gate, because that 50% loss is at the farm gate. So that is what we are thinking of at the farm gate. So and this and through NCCB we have been tackling, and we understood that this micro cold storages are not much in India, and this requirement is very huge. At least around 1,000 to 2,000 micro cold storages are there in India till now, and requirement is around 2,62,000. It has been told in the latest report. Some report says 1 lakh, but 80,000, some says 2,62,000. So let's take a figure of 2 lakhs. So that kind of huge requirement is there, and then and still it has been installed only 1,000, 2,000, and they are not very much functional also. So what is the problem? And when the requirement is there, and why? So that is what now we have already in touch with SSCE. SSCE has made one committee also. We are already there. So we are standardizing the specification, and we are now going to do the pilot also in this. And we have already chosen Andhra and Himachal Pradesh for that. And there is this has been provided. We have taken this from SSCE also. So that we have zeroed in for the pilot and
Okay. I'll come back to you, Riju, on this. I'll come back to you on this since first we go through the discussion. One is what is the roadmap, blueprint क्या है आपको मिला? क्योंकि और उसके साथ ही मैं जल्दी आपके पास आऊँगा. आप क्योंकि डिसेंट्रलाइज्ड रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी में आप काम कर रहे हैं ऑलरेडी वेरी वर्किंग एंड आप टेक्नोलॉजिस्ट भी हैं, मैन्युफैक्चरर भी हैं और आप उन जमीन पे काम कर रहे हैं इस टाइम यू आर राइटली ऑन दी ग्राउंड. So if you can explore your house technical aspects and challenges of scaling up or in respect to what Anil ji also said in briefly in 2 to 3 minutes, then I come back to you.
Yeah. Thanks for inviting me here. So our company is into operate cold chain which is related to your milk, fish, fruits, vegetables. We have about 500 installations in 24 states and 12 countries. And so we work with Indian Army, we have installation in Gujarat, we work with US Department of Agriculture, we have installations with Bacillus, Mool, 40 kilometers in this radius here we are talking. We have 4 installations in milk. So, and all of them are solar operated. So one of the main component of operate cold storage, and which is really required, farmer doesn't have access to electricity. So we are, and every acre of land in India has solar. So we are bringing a source of energy, which is solar. But now solar is only available for few hours. Now for that we have ice battery thermal storage, and that thermal storage is providing cooling at the night. These are the kind of solutions, and so we have completely operate solutions even in Mizoram, Nagaland.
मैं ये जानना चाहता हूँ जो आप बताएं कि जो अभी आइस बैटरी का कॉन्सेप्ट है जिस दिन हम अभी टू इस सेंटर ऑफ एक्सीलेंस का तो वहाँ जो मैंने देखा इट वाज रियली अमेजिंग, मुझे बहुत ही बढ़िया लगा. आई थॉट कि इन टेक्नोलॉजी में जितनी भी हम बातें कर रहे हैं आज उसमें से मुझे ये टेक्नोलॉजी थोड़ी ज्यादा सस्टेनेबल लगी क्योंकि आप बात कर रहे हैं उसमें ग्रिड की और सोलर की समेत में और ग्रिड से सिर्फ 8 घंटे की पावर. तो उसके बारे में जरा थोड़ा सा प्लीज हाईलाइट बिकॉज़ माइक्रो कोड्स में आप ही कर रहे हैं एंड इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर ऑल दोस प्लेसेस जहां पे आप ये सारा इंटीग्रेट कर सकते हैं.
तो इसमें 2 टेक्नोलॉजी है. एक तो है थर्मल स्टोरेज. थर्मल स्टोरेज तो बिजली दो या सोलर दो, इट विल जस्ट स्टोर एनर्जी, एंड जब बिजली नहीं है इट कैन प्रोवाइड कूलिंग. तो जैसे कि फॉर एग्जांपल वी हैव इंस्टॉलेशन इन सुंदरबन आइलैंड्स. these islands हैं जहां 100 मीटर लगाए 8 घंटे की बिजली कभी 24/7 बिना डिले. इनफैक्ट ये सॉल्यूशंस आर चीपर capex wise as compared to traditional solutions. So in fact मेरा भी अमूल में मीटिंग था पिछले हफ्ते. मैंने बोला कि आपको सब्सिडी मिल रही है डीजल जनरेटर के लिए, इसको क्यों नहीं मिल रही है, सस्ता है. कहते हैं पॉलिसी में नहीं. So this is one challenge which we are facing. Second challenge is lack of standards. Standard in India. So because there is no lack of standard, and as sir has mentioned, there are lot of systems not operational. So सारा का सारा blame जो है सन होगा कि सोलर नहीं है, इसलिए सिस्टम नहीं काम कर रहा. So these are the kind of challenges which we also face.
एंड इसमें मुझे बताइए कि जो अपफ्रंट कॉस्ट और मार्केटिंग के जो फाइनेंसिंग का कोई इशू आता है आपको इस टाइम?
सी अभी इसमें पॉलिसी नहीं है, तो सब्सिडी भी नहीं है. So that is one of the main challenge. But मैं जैसे कि एग्जांपल दूंगा, हमारे मिल्क सॉल्यूशंस 15 लाख का सोलर मिल्क होता है, 7 करोड़ का मिल्क एवरी ईयर बनता है. सिस्टम के लागत सस्ता है, महंगा नहीं है. So but coming back to that, अभी हर फार्मर को बिना सब्सिडी काम नहीं चलता. So that we will come into that policy framework, and उस policy framework से एक टेक्नोलॉजी का सर्टिफिकेशन भी होता है. ऐसा नहीं कह रहा कि कोई चीज है वो सर्टिफिकेशन भी चाहिए.
मैं आपको थोड़ा बताना चाहता हूँ. मैं अभी लास्ट वीक क्योंकि हम स्टैंडर्ड्स को चेंज कर रहे हैं तो मैं इनकी जो आपको में लगाया था तो रियली इंटरेस्ट तब तक मुझे भी थोड़ा बिकॉज़ समझ तो मुझे आ रहा था आप क्या कह रहे हैं, बट मैं इसको जो आई वाज नॉट एबल टू काइंड ऑफ विजुअलाइज क्या हो रहा है साइड में। तो उस साइड पे मैंने एक चीज देखा कि ये दो मीडियम चलाते हैं, एक रेफ्रिजरेंट एक पानी में। तो इट्स ए टू सर्किट, एक सर्किट से रेफ्रिजरेंट आपको बड़ा बना के देता है, तो दूसरे सर्किट से इनका जो वाटर है दैट इज सर्कुलेटेड टू द कोल्ड रूम। और वो जो वाटर सर्कुलेशन है वो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी से नहीं हो रहा है, वो हो रहा है एक सोलर पंप से, वो पंप व्हिच इज 100 watts of capacity, 100 watts, and it's run on solar technology. It's a system which they have patented or they have technology जहाँ पे ये उस पानी को सर्कुलेट कर रहे हैं जब आपके यहाँ लाइट नहीं है। दिस इज इम्पोर्टेंट कि इनका जो आइस लाइन जो ये बना रहे हैं, once it gets cooled, what they are now saying is that it takes 8 hours of energy. उसके बाद आपको सिर्फ वो पानी ही, जैसे कि आपका टेम्परेचर कोल्ड रूम में डाउन होगा या कोई भी वेरिएशन होगी बिकॉज़ ऑफ द प्रोड्यूस और इन्फ्लेशन, तो आपको सिर्फ पानी सर्कुलेट करना है, which is going to be obviously we have been doing all these kind of systems here, but हम इस टाइम बड़े-बड़े काम लगाते हैं, आप 5000 लीटर कोल्ड स्टोरेज में हम सर्किट में काम करते हैं। So this is a very micro cold storage and this is a very good technology. You should look at हम इसको जल्दी ही अपने स्टैंडर्ड्स प्रोटोकॉल्स में we are getting them into the protocols ready for your information. So जो आपका क्वेश्चन थी उसका भी मैं जवाब दे रहा हूँ। So thank you very much. मैं अब इलाम डॉक्टर सचिन कुमार। सचिन जी आपके साथ हम काम कर रहे हैं, ये नो लॉट ऑफ वर्क विद यू ऑन दिस एनर्जी ट्रांजिशन, राइट? और एनर्जी ट्रांजिशन आपको पता है बहुत ही क्रिटिकल है एससीडी के लिए, एंड इट वाज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अस टू सी हाउ मच एनर्जी एंड डिकार्बोनाइजेशन वी विल डू ऑन द प्रेजेंट इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर। ये पहली बार हो रहा है इंडिया के अंदर कि जो प्रेजेंट इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर उसमें से भी हम एनर्जी को वापस से ट्रांसफर करेंगे, इस तरह हम के साथ बात कर रहे हैं। तो एज शक्ति आप मुझे ये बताइए, आप कैसे देख रहे हैं स्केलिंग द क्लीन एनर्जी फाइनेंस विद द फोर्सेस? बिल्कुल हर जगह तो हो नहीं सकते, अब हर किसी को फाइनेंस तो कर नहीं पाओगे, बट क्या आपकी स्ट्रैटेजी रहेगी और करंट इनिशिएटिव्स क्या हैं जो फोकस ऑन क्लीन एनर्जी एंड क्लाइमेट चेंज?
थैंक यू आशीष जी, सबसे पहले धन्यवाद उन्होंने विषय में जिससे कि ये मौका दिया कि हम लोग यहाँ पर आए और ये बातचीत करें। तो आशीष जी आपने जो दो तीन टर्म्स यूज करी, क्लीन एनर्जी, फाइनेंस और तो शक्ति सस्टेनेबल एनर्जी फाउंडेशन नाम ही शक्ति है, वो पावर से शुरू हुआ था हमारे इंटरनेट 2009 में। वी स्टार्टेड विद द पावर सेक्टर कि कैसे हम इंडिया के पावर सेक्टर को फॉसिल फ्यूल से रिन्यूएबल की तरफ ले जा सकें। तो दैट वे वी स्टार्टेड एंड नाउ वी आर वर्किंग इन डिफरेंट डोमेन्स इंक्लूडिंग इंडस्ट्री, बिल्डिंग, कूलिंग, ट्रांसपोर्ट, एयर पोल्यूशन, तो डिफरेंट प्रोग्रामेटिक डोमेन्स हैं। और जो आपने क्वेश्चन किया स्पेसिफिकली कि कैसे हम
माइक पास में रखिए आप लोगों के,
बैटरी डाउन है,
एनर्जी बचा रहे हैं
मतलब मैं चारों ऑर्गेनाइजर्स को चाह रहे हैं मैं से लेकिन सर जो आपने क्वेश्चन किया उन क्लीन एनर्जी कोर्स स्टोरेज में फाइनेंस के अंदर कैसे स्केल अप कर सकते हैं। आई थिंक दो इनिशिएटिव्स हम कर रहे हैं आपके साथ। द फर्स्ट ऑन द एनर्जी ट्रांजिशन, उसका होल आइडिया ये है कि कैसे हम एक्जिस्टिंग जो एनर्जी कंजम्पशन है कोल्ड स्टोरेज को बैक कर पाएं और कैसे हम जो अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं इस एनर्जी को डिफरेंट वे में अल्टरनेट सोर्सेज से, फॉर एग्जांपल विद रिन्यूएबल सोर्स, उसको हम इंटीग्रेट कर पाएं। So once we have those kind of mapping, clear mapping, because end of the day what happens, I think we have policy maker in the room. End of the day किसी भी decision maker को, चाहे वो policy angle से हो, चाहे वो corporate angle से, they need viable solutions. क्या कुछ solution propose हो रहे हैं, they are viable, they are technically feasible, and can they be operated by the existing manpower or the skills and intervention is required. So let me go back to the slide I think which Rajiv has showed in the presentation. I think the first or second slide, he showed three things. One is the farmer income. Second, he talked about the technology. And third, he talked about the climate. So I think if we are able to convince the policymaker, whether it's the state government, central government, and the financial institution, which may be multilateral institution or the bilateral institution, that this is a sector which is going beyond technology. So we are not only talking about the cold storage or the energy efficiency equipment, we are also talking about the farmers. We are also talking about increasing their income. So we have to bring those angles into it. And I think if we are able to do that in a best possible manner to increase awareness of the financial institution. So from the both sides, supply side also and demand side also, I think we need to work on. So let me stop here and we'll be happy to respond to the further question.
I like that. I'll now go to Mrs. Sneha Sechal. She's from India Coding Lead, and I'm, I welcome you, ma'am, because first time I think interacting with you. And the CCC, which I have gathered, was formerly known as the Kigali Coding Efficiency Program, and it's an initiative planning for foundation now. So, while I know that you are from space cooling, but I want to know that, how does the CCC ensure that, this clean cooling solutions are adapted, and how they're accessible to all industrial area in the context when there's so much of heat and, we are working on that, and, we're still lacking in the micro small cold storages. I'm not saying that, we have fulfilled all the agenda of getting the bigger cold storages on the road, but still on the smaller side, they are still, way behind in terms of backhouse gesture. So how do you see CCC now, coming, and what is the agenda and how do you see it related to the Indian coaching sector now?
Thank you for that question, and also thanks to ISHRE and the session organizers for having me here. कुछ familiar faces हैं इस room में और कुछ new faces हैं. So just a very brief background for me. I've actually spent a few years on the ground in India working on some key policy initiatives. India Cooling Action Plan उनमें से एक था. And right now I am based in the US and I work with the climate philanthropy. But the focus of my work is predominantly India. और सिर्फ space cooling के अलावा the program actually looks at cooling holistically. So we are also working in the cold chain space in this sector. And really our focus has been largely on the smallholder farmers in the cold chain segment in India. I think ज़्यादा प्रतिशत farmers smallholder farmers हैं India में. That's where we as a philanthropy looking from the outside in, we felt that the gaps were largely there. And the government programs and incentives weren't necessarily reaching those diversified agroeconomies or being leveraged. So that's where we have decided to focus our initiatives. तो अभी हमारा एक multi-year program चल रहा है with partners in India, India Cooling Collaborative के साथ और Sea Kinetics, and उसके अलावा और भी partners हैं, AAAA is one of them. I don't know अगर यहाँ में कोई हैं उस project से भी, but the program is called Sugam CSX, and the idea is to really look at cold chain solution as not कि हमने कहीं जाकर एक कुछ चीज fix कर दी, but it's a integrated model where we are trying to empower FPOs. And this empowerment includes technology training, but also creating policy linkages and market linkages. तो जहाँ हम दो states में अभी इसको try कर रहे हैं, महाराष्ट्र and उत्तर प्रदेश. And the idea is कि जहाँ government की existing subsidies हैं और positive policy environment है, उनको farmers तक कैसे पहुँचाया जाए. So hand-holding, information, all of that is a part of this FPO empowerment. And then also creating market linkages for these farmers. Another component of this, important component of this program actually is, we are aggregating demand for micro cold storages. So one-off transactions में शायद access to financing भी difficult रहता है smallholder farmers के लिए. So the idea is, how can we aggregate the demand of these micro cold storages, renewable energy, it's distributed RE micro cold storages. And so that's one important part of it. Blended financing, these में हम try कर रहे हैं, and then the idea is to demonstrate a bankable kind of a model which can be scaled. So I'll call it.
मुझे एक चीज बताइए, क्या मतलब ये सबके लिए ओपन क्वेश्चन है, but specifically I'm asking, क्योंकि जो बहुत बार हमें लगता है जब हम काम कर रहे होते हैं अपनी चीजें ये है कि हम जो भी इस सेक्टर में काम कर रहे हैं उनकी सबसे बड़ी ये प्रॉब्लम है कि हम इंडिविजुअल काम तो कर ही रहे हैं, आशीष शुड आल्सो बट आप कैसे अपनी एनर्जी जो आप काम कर रही हैं बाकी सारी चीजें को कैसे चैनलाइज करेंगे आप? जैसे मान लीजिए आप अभी सी काइनेटिक्स के साथ काम करते हैं, उनका अपना एक रास्ता है, डायरेक्शन है, वो तो चल रहे हैं। अब सचिन जी का एक डायरेक्शन है, वो भी उसी रास्ते पे है, आप भी हो, टेडी भी है, ESA भी है। तो हम उसको कैसे, हाउ डू वी गेट इट ऑन द पॉइंट जहां से मेक इट अ कॉमन फोर्स? कैसे कोई ऐसा है आपका रोड मैप आगे कि ठीक है अभी हम आ रहे हैं, कर रहे हैं, लेट्स वेट फॉर 6 months and then we kind of come to a conclusion and वहां से उसको नई डायरेक्शन दें? ऐसा कुछ?
So this is an excellent question और मैं इसके बारे में actually बहुत सोचती हूँ. So our effort is to the extent possible to work in collaborative teams, not कि CCC कुछ एक project कर रहा है. Like even in this project, it's a big team. We are co-funding this with ICC, India Cooling Collaborative. That's a partner organization. And C-Kinetics is sort of a anchor PMU LJ, but they have multiple partners that they are working with at the grassroots level. So I don't have the name of all those partners.
बट आप फॉलो करते हो उनको क्या करना है?
हाँ जी सर.
मतलब जो ग्राउंड पे काम करें, do you really see what they're doing and how it is very successful?
So absolutely, mostly through our on-the-ground PMU because I am situated, South Sundar Par and the same. But this is one of my trip here. This is one of the opportunities where actually on the 12th of August we have sort of a huddle where all the project partners will be there. We meet them and actually it was in Delhi, so I really invite your participation also, just to listen in and also offer us your insights. So I think collaboration, and I'm completely hearing you, that is important and critical, and not just in the cold chain work, but also Sachin ji Bhatia, he's a partner with me in many initiatives. I strongly believe कि ये one-off solutions नहीं चलेंगे, especially for something which is so integrated and cross-sectoral like cold chain, जिसमें refrigerant angle भी है और training and farmer empowerment भी है, technology भी है. There are multiple pieces, so no one entity can solve it. It has to be a collaborative effort. That would be my answer. So हमारी तरफ से कोशिश जारी है.
Thank you very much. अब I come to Mr. Shaurya Anand. ये है from the Energy and Research Institute Delhi. And Delhi का भी जो intent और agenda is also promote clean energy sources and address climate change through policy analysis and also do advocacy for energy efficient technology practices, right? तो Shaurya जी आप मुझे बताइए how is Delhi addressing the demand for sustainable clean and energy efficient cooling solutions in cold chain sector? We can highlight this by giving us an insight into the policy issues और policy पर काम कर रहे हैं और कोई research and advisory services related to renewable energy sources पे आप लोगों ने अभी काम किया है और उसका क्या आप लोगों ने एक कोई blueprint निकाला है, कोई result आया है, so that this direction get into the next phase of sustainable cooling.
Okay. First of all, good afternoon, namaskar sabko, and thank you Jaipur and thank you Ishri for being here. TERI is actually a 50-year-old research organization which works in the area of air pollution, water pollution, waste management, buildings and cooling. Within the cooling, we cover the different aspects like space cooling, mobile air conditioning, cold chains, and the service technicians as well. And we publish a awareness newsletter magazine with the Ministry of Environment for the service technician awareness. Finally, we overall work with the Ministry of Environment and other ministries for the implementation of the objectives of the Montreal Protocol as it is a binding treaty. So our main task is toward the refrigeration transition and the energy efficiency in the different sector of the cooling sectors. So regarding the cold chain sectors, we have what we do, we basically analyze the policies, we find the gaps, we consult the industries and we give the recommendations to the different ministries accordingly. And we do this by considering the time frame as well because our primary aim is toward the refrigerant transition and energy efficiency with the ultimate task of environment sustainability. So within the policy analysis, what we have found that the maximum policies, whether it is from the NCCD, whether it is from you can say BE, whether it is from ECBC codes, they are largely missing the individual component energy efficiency portions and the overall energy efficiency of a plant. It is good that they are talking about the energy supply chain efficiency, like different schemes like PM Kisan Sampada, but it is time to look for the new standard developed, take into the energy efficiency of a different component like compressors, condensers, expansion devices as well. Because there is a large potential, because if you look at the infrastructure side, we have a ammonia chiller space systems, which is a good refrigerant, which is a natural refrigerant, but on the other side, we have BCRS cycle, which basically use R410A, R404, which is a very high GWP refrigerant. So, in the upcoming years, India will be going towards the HFC phase out as well, in the 2030s. So, what we do is that we analyze the different cold chain infrastructure in India, and how, because the cold chain infrastructure are long-term investments, so they must be aware of the energy efficiency equipments and why and the refrigerant timelines, because after 2030s HFC will start phase down, so they must be able to retrofit if it is a possibility. The second thing is that we also analyze, and we are also part of the India Cooling Action Plans. Within that, what we have analyzed that if the three things which India Cooling Action Plans talks about, first is your infrastructure improvement, which can be done by a good insulation and a very high scroll compressors, screw compressors as well. The second thing is that the low GWP refrigerant, which can be incorporated, and the Euro market is working on the CO2s, so it is a promising thing. And the third is the servicing technician certification scheme at a national level, so that the leakages and the maintenance is very good and optimum. So if these three things can be achieved in the next 14-15 years, we have analyzed that we can save roughly around 100 terawatt of energy. So, in give you the context, this energy is equal to, it can power the whole Delhi for 4 years and the entire state of Rajasthan for 1.3 years. And you can consider the amount of direct and indirect emissions it will save. And ultimately, it will promote the net zero target of India. So, in the end, I would like to say that the policy initiatives are very good. But in the end, we have to look at the three things, which I call the GST, not that GST, but what I have realized that the G stands for the governance, which is to technical, financial, social aspects. And then we have to connect to the stakeholders, different stakeholders in the cold chain, because it is a very diverse sector. There are FPOs, farmers, investors, third-party logistics. And in the last time is the time frame. When we do these types of conflicts, we usually forget about the time frames. So we have to be aware that India is targeting for the net zero in 2070.
Surely I'll because this is, I have to give you some time.
Yes.
But I'll come back to you on this. What you were saying is 100% right. But then I have my own, that's my own experience. And you will be baffled to know that SCFC refrigerants are still being sold in India.
Yes.
And R404 is not there is not only R404, there is a lot of other refrigerants, but you cannot run away from synthetic refrigerants. You have to be living with those refrigerants in India. And as you know, cold chain is not the sole carbon supplier to the atmosphere in terms of generating. So there is a portion of it.
Yes.
But as a policy, I think we will in the right direction, and you rightly pointed out, and we'll take it forward with you the next question. So Rajesh, I'll come you at the end. I'll go now to Ashish. Ashish, you have a varied experience. You have been supplying equipment to most of the people in and around country, and you are also into the advisory services. My understanding, and what we have gathered now, and put this discussion, a lot of time in this project, operation consumes significant energy, right? So now, Ashish, tell me, how does issue become a part of this science? Do you see only this as an issue, like okay, speaking presently? I mean, is it core to solving the problem, or post harvest losses? There are certain other things which you may bring on the table, but Ashish, briefly. And we are at 13:29.
So if you all will give me 1 minute, sir.
I'll give 3 minutes, sir, please.
So, the beauty about being last on the table, ये होता है कि आप सारे बहुत सारे views सुनेंगे. तो आज की जो मेरी अपनी समझ है, so I'm the least on the education portion here. But मेरी समझ ये कि the topic is about sustainability, about cold chain, about energy efficiency, and about also what we're talking about alternate energies. Like I think the whole thing, जो मुझे पर्सनली लगता है, and maybe बहुत सारे लोग ऐसे काम करते हैं, cold chain is about produce, right? We are not talking about the produce in the whole discussion that we have talked so far. और country जो हमारी है वो different तरीके से react करती है, right? We are first of all my concern is produce. तो cold chain इसलिए है क्योंकि produce को save करना है. And rest are remedial measures in terms of energy efficiency, switching from conventional to solar power. But पहले produce के बारे में अभी कोई बात नहीं कर रहा. दूसरा, इस कंट्री की डेमोग्राफी बड़ी डिफरेंट है. हर स्टेट की कंजम्पशन पैटर्न, हर स्टेट के चीजों के, और सुबह से लेकर शाम तक के टमाटर के रेट का और कंजम्पशन का फर्क है. हम अभी उसकी बात नहीं कर रहे. जब हम बात करते हैं सस्टेनेबिलिटी, तो आई थिंक सस्टेनेबिलिटी मीन्स फ्रॉम वेयर इट इज प्रोड्यूस्ड एंड वेयर इट इज कंज्यूम्ड. गिविंग मेरा कोई इसमें पर्सनल ओपिनियन, राइट, मेरा नॉट कोई, अगर हम फार्म गेट से छोटे छोटे मिनी कोल्ड स्टोरेज देते हैं, तो ये अटेम्प्ट बहुत बार इस कंट्री में हुआ, बट डिड वी अचीव समथिंग? दैट्स अ बिग क्वेश्चन. Again, produce is important. Switching from conventional energy to solar energy is the most important fact. But how does the produce convey to somebody कि मैं खराब हो रहा हूँ? That is missing. And the last thing that I think is about sensitization. कि इस country में पानी के लिए आपको फिल्टर वाटर पीना है और आपको बिजली का कोई बिल आता है, आपको LED लगाना है. But where is the sensitization starting in the whole process? क्योंकि ये जो मॉड्यूल चल रहा है अभी, वो सिर्फ चल रहा है मेरा प्रॉफिट कहाँ तक है. तो प्रोड्यूसर कहता है यार मेरे को क्या एडिशन मिल रहा है, वो उसको रियलाइज नहीं करता, वो नेक्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड पास कर देता है, फिर वो उसके नेक्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड पास कर देता है. देयर इज नो रिस्पांसिबिलिटी. Yes, there is no responsibility ownership in the whole system. So I think where ISHRE looks at it is that we need to, these are good thoughts, these are brilliant thoughts. But, so I think, am I audible?
Yeah. You are
No, take another mic.
Hello.
Otherwise, people will think because of time the mic was switched off.
तो क्या होता है कि सर, जैसे आप पॉलिसी मेकर्स ने बनाया कि रिवर ट्रक के लिए ये सब्सिडी है, पर स्टेट लॉ ने कह दिया कि यार यहाँ पे नो एंट्री है, वो भाग खड़ा है. You know, the purpose is defeated. अब आपको पता है एक रिवर ट्रक सामान लेके जाएगा रेफ्रिजरेटेड, और उसको अंदर आपने PCM दिया हुआ है, और आप उसकी पेलोड कैपेसिटी सेम रखते हैं. पर्पस इज डिफीटेड. द प्रोड्यूसर जिसने अपने यहाँ पे फ्रेश वेजिटेबल को प्रोड्यूस करा और उसने उसको इमीडिएटली फार्म के लेवल पे हीट को रिमूव नहीं किया, द पर्पस इज डिफीटेड. मैंने बहुत अच्छे कोल्ड चेन से सामान लेकर आया और मैंने लाके अपने डिग्गी में गाड़ी की बूट में रख दिया और मैं 2 घंटे तक मूवी देखने चला गया. पर्पस इज डिफीटेड. वी नीड टू क्रिएट टू थिंग्स. ए is a chain that starts from all the places. So you have so many intellectuals, but I think ISHRE plays a role of bonding all these things together. Two, you have to sensitize right from the kids to the every level. When you are destroying food or when you are, आपका खाना खराब हो रहा है, the kind of methane that you lose to environment is so much more exponential in terms of whatever you do. Energy efficiency is so easy to achieve in cold chain because there is no standard. आप कुछ भी आप आज हमारा डिजाइन जो है 20-30% ओवर डिजाइन है. So we can do so much things, but I think most important is connecting the all dots together. And when we are talking today, we should also talk. We are not like HVAC built space. अभी होटल में एक पैनल चल रही थी हमारे से पहले में, और वहाँ पे लोग डिसीजन ले सकते हैं कि यार मैं ये वाली अपॉजिटिव लगाऊंगा, ये वाली, which is not linked to profit. Cold chain right now is linked to individual profits. So somewhere, when you think of all these things, you need to integrate all these things towards individual profit also. And that is where I think where you are talking about, app and everything will come handy. So that's where, sorry, taking more time.
No, thank you, Ashwini. But I come to what you say. What you said is that one is keeping the chain alive, like from the farm to the consumer. So we are also onto it. I didn't mention it, but because first, it's very important. जो चीजें हम कभी तक नहीं कर पाए उनको पहले बना देते हैं थोड़ा प्लेटफॉर्म and then we get to the grid which is also in NCC. So वो इसको एक हमारा काम चल रहा है. मैं एक बार आप लोगों से सिर्फ एक रिक्वेस्ट करूँगा. आप अपने जैसे आप घर में बैठते हैं या जैसे काम करते हैं, आपके मन में होता है कि ये नहीं हो रहा, वो नहीं हो रहा, ऐसे नहीं हो रहा. एक मिनट में आप ये बताइए कि क्या नहीं हो रहा है इस के अंदर जो हमें पुश कर रहा है काफी, मतलब मान लीजिए हम 2 साल में अचीव कर सकते थे या 5 साल में अचीव कर सकते हैं, वो हम अचीव नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. किन कारणों से? 2 ऐसे कारण इमीडिएटली प्लीज आई रिक्वेस्ट यू.
वहीं से स्टार्ट करते हैं. जो आपने क्वेश्चन स्नेहा जी से पूछा था और आशीष जी भी बोल रहे थे, तो एक्चुअली what is there that various efforts are already there or are already happening, and when the demand is there, it has been established कि demand is there, much demand is there. तो अभी तक क्या है कि when you are going to install in this micro cold storage, so it is not only a technology, it's that कि वो farmer को भी उसका usage समझना चाहिए. They should understand कि they are getting value proposition in this. The thing which they were showing, they were having a negative that they were taking the monies and they were showing there. So negative and negative. So now that will be not there, they will earn and they will be showing this kind of information. And then when these things will come up, stakeholders should develop, stakeholders or bodies should develop. Means there must develop a sort of those who will be maintaining those things, so that will be developed at the village level. And those and then installers and all those things, and then maintainers, and then there will be another kind of consultant will develop in the long run, which will be giving it in which area, what kind of rate system in this storing. These kind of body should develop. I will take a simple example. As we have done in various street lighting and motor projects. What we have done that when street lighting was not tendered last year and the price came now, and then we developed that installer, maintainer, these agencies were not interested before that. So we developed these. So we want to develop the ecosystem, and I want to add that when National Center for Coordinated Development is already there, we must all the time coordinate. So that there must be some one body who can integrate it. Because we will be doing many things. And again, thanking Ishre that I this program data for just came to know today. So otherwise, these kind of programs are very kind of things. So we must figure it out.
No, what you say is, sir, is that we lack awareness in short, and we need to do more sensitization. Nitin ji, aap please. एक मिनट में.
हम हैं मैन्युफैक्चरर्स और कोल्ड स्टोरेज से, तो सबसे बड़ा हमारा जो चैलेंज है इंडिया में टेक्निकल स्टूडेंट. 1500 सोलर कोल्ड स्टोरेज लगे हैं, 80% काम नहीं कर रहे. मैं बोलूँगा 70% जो ब्रेक है वो भी नहीं दे रहे. कंप्रेसर का स्पीकर चेंज होता है, 448 बोलते हैं, पड़ता है 448. एंड पॉली मोनो पे सोलर पैनल बोलेंगे, स्पीकर चेंज होता है पॉली. नो थर्ड पार्टी एप्लीकेशन. So many companies in India, NGOs, government organizations working on solar projects. Because there is not a single organization who has cared about doing testing of a cold storage on their own. They have not even tested कि okay मेरा specification में 1500 किलो का प्री कूलिंग बैकअप लिखा है, उसमें सामान तो डालते देखो काम करेगा नहीं करेगा. Temperature shown outside is 4 degree, inside is 20 degree. People are purchasing the temperature local also. So So, and this is the very solid state in India. India is the leader in solar portion industry. We are selling to US Department of Agriculture in America. We are really fulfilling Make in India. But still, India is really leading.
So, very rightly said. So, now the point for Isha is, Ashish and Chandra sir, this is a very important point. A lot of investment is going, a lot of innovation is trying to be, but if on the ground you have such a problem, then there needs to be some work to be done. By obviously MNRE करेगी, but आप क्योंकि one of the major stakeholders now, so maybe you can take this in your next meeting and maybe look into how this can be made without how we do this. So this is very important for issues.
One minute, please.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, in fact, it's a valid point which you have mentioned that the lack of standards, the lack of education that need to take place in terms of this, and the lack of valuation process. This is very important because it is not enough if you design, it is not enough if you install. It is that have you achieved the objective for which what you have designed and what you install, that is very important. And that's where societies like us, where we have the lot of people like you are members of our society. They are technical experts available here. That's why the society has formed what is called the technical groups. There are about 32 topics on which there are technical groups there in Asia who do the work on researching on various aspects of it. The society spends money on the research in terms of getting solutions for the certain problems which we are encountering into that and then come up with it. But one thing is that all of this thing is not going to be possible very fast. The system is that adaptation of whatever we have is the first step. Then the second step is that the simultaneously we are going on getting the new things. I think that these are something we need to work on.
Thank you, sir.
Ashish, I agree with Nitin standards के बारे में. It was my point. But again, another point would be that we are still not thinking at a localized solution. आशीष जी ने जैसे बोला बीच में कि इंडिया बहुत बड़ा है, different geography, different produce है, और जो localized solutions है, localized requirements है, localized needs है, हम यहाँ उस पर focus नहीं कर रहे. We are coming from the, I would say, top-down approach. कि top-down अगर ये है, ये सब जगह के applicable है. But that should not be the way for India because India is such a big country with such a diverse climatic condition, diverse food produce, fruit, vegetables. So सभी के लिए different तरह की requirement है, different needs है. I think sensitization not only for the farmer but also the government officials, the corporates, the supply chain, उन सब के लिए बहुत जरूरी है कि हम localized need को समझें और localized solutions को लेके आए और उसके बेसिस पे पॉलिसी बने. Policy should not be driven from the top.
और सर जी एक और पॉइंट आया तो बता रहा हूँ कि क्योंकि आपका बहुत बड़ा रोल है शक्ति का कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, so you should also kind of now formulate a document on this कि हम जब कोई भी से काम कर रहे हैं जैसे वैक्सीन कर रहे हैं तो इन चीजों पे भी कैसे फोकस आए बिकॉज़ अभी क्या हो रहा है कि जैसे जी कह रहे हैं इन्वेस्टमेंट हो रही है बट इन्वेस्टमेंट से कोई काम नहीं कर रहा है और कुछ चलाने वाला कोई नहीं रहेगा बिकॉज़ कहीं फ्री में दिया गया है चाहे ब्याज फंडिंग के लिए तो उन चीजों पे भी प्लीज आप आगे से इन चीजों पे जाएं तो इन चीजों पे प्लीज ध्यान दें आप
Sure, Ashish.
मैम प्लीज आप बताइए व्हाट इज योर टेक.
So my co-panelists have already raised some really important points. उनके अलावा what I will add is reinforcing was the good but not repeating. I think जब हम poetry की बात करते हैं तो we shouldn't just be thinking energy efficiency, we should be thinking broader asset or resource efficiency, right? So जहाँ मुझे लग रहा है कि आज की डेट में assets हैं, pack houses, cold storage, उनका utilization बहुत कम है. So what have we done to increase that? What are the opportunities to increase that utilization?
उनके साथ में हम यही हुआ ना वो लगाए गए हैं उनको पता नहीं लगा उससे लगा रहे हैं वो लगे तो हैं बट अब अभी जैसे राजीव जी भी कह रहे थे एक अभी थोड़े दिनों में एक सर्वे आने वाली है जिसमें हम 760 डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स में फुट जाने वाले हैं जो फुटबॉल 760 डिस्ट्रिक्ट and we will come with each and every infrastructure that is working और जो डिफंक पड़ा है और वो क्यों डिफंक पड़ा है. We will come up with a report now because we will not NCDB is very clear कि हमें इस सेक्टर में इन्वेस्टमेंट चाहिए और हम इन्वेस्टमेंट तभी ला सकते हैं राइट मेथड से और एनर्जी एफिशिएंसी के हिसाब से, जब पहले हम ये बताएं कि हम खड़े कहाँ पे आज के लिए what do I want to be working on it, very मेरे ख्याल से एक साल लगेगा, वो स्टडी is going to be very good. It's not going to be any sample study, जाना पड़ेगा, देखना पड़ेगा क्या चल रहा है, क्या बन पड़ा है. So we'll come up with a study and I think we should be one year down the line should be able to answer.
That sounds great. एक और quick point था about digitization and empowering, putting information in the hands of the producer. So I'm so encouraged to hear जो आपने शुरू में share किया था, wonderful. That's really encouraging to hear and look forward to that.
Please.
Okay, so I have a few 2 points. First one is that we need an uninterrupted cold chain mechanism, so that will need supply chain optimization and energy efficiency both go hand in hand, so that in the
This Rajneet ji, your thoughts on what you heard, please. I am at 30:45. I am back on time, so we have 5 minutes with extra. So 2 minutes to you and 2 minutes to ask you. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm saying that maybe I've spoken enough, but a few things from my side. I was just going back, the song कैसे हो गई? So one thing which I honestly feel is, for example, I have more than 23 years of experience. I was just, when I was listening, I was going back 20 years back. We were working for energy transition in 3 kilns. At that stage, Sachin is laughing because how much Sachin करते थे उस stage पे. So first thing which we asked ourselves, here brick बनती कैसे है? So what I mean here is that मैं आशीष जी की बात से continue कर रहा हूँ कि we guys who are working on the field, जितने भी हम सभी stakeholders हैं, I think first important thing which we need to understand is that do we really need an agriculture कैसे? This is an agriculture-led energy transition. This is not an energy transition-led agriculture. That's one part which we all need to think. Do we really understand the problem? Because once we understand the problem, we will surely find out ways how to solve it. So that's one request which I have. Many of us, सभी लोग सारे काम करते हैं कि जो भी localized की बात हुई, localized versus all these issues will be solved. जब हम फील्ड में जाके प्रॉब्लम को समझेंगे और उनको चिपका कैसे है. So there are 2 set of pilots. One set of pilot is for prototype and subsidy, and the other set of pilot is actually for operation. So are we setting pilots for prototypes or are we setting pilots for actual application? That is another question which we need to ask ourselves because we are not working for it. So my only request here is, as I said in my presentation also, I don't see any challenging technology.
ESL should take note of this. It's very important for you because you are entering into this field and see the challenges and issues. Very valid point is where RPG and the other families. So
The ask for myself also is that we are on the field. I see the next service also sitting here. All of us have done a lot of work on the field. So it's more about कि हम honestly काम करेंगे. We have solved many areas. We will solve this one also. If we don't understand agriculture, then we will only create reports.
So, मेरे को तो बहुत अच्छा लगा क्योंकि I think we brought a very very substantial point and I think we have a consensus of one way really. But वो क्या होता है कि दिल हमेशा कहता है दिल मांगे मोड़. So obviously starting from sensitization, which was all towards it. But I think एक चीज और कहीं ना कहीं which should come from the government side or the top down is some sort of a RFID kind of labeling on produce, so that the consumer is educated to just QR का उसको पता चले इसकी जर्नी कैसे रही है. So that is one. इस कंट्री के अंदर में मॉड्यूलर कोल्ड रूम्स बहुत ज्यादा रहेंगे आज भी और आगे आने वाले में भी because the way we are every 1 kilometer is such a huge population. तो इस कंट्री के लिए जो कि सिंथेटिक रेफ्रिजरेंट्स हैं उसकी कोई क्लियर डायरेक्शन नहीं है. हम एनर्जी एफिशिएंसी की बात तब कर पाएंगे जब हम पहले रेफ्रिजरेंट फिक्स कर देंगे क्योंकि 404 के रेफ्रिजरेंट की जो एफिशिएंसी है वो 448 से डिफरेंट हो सकती है. तो हम उसी में झूलते रह जाएंगे. तो फ्रॉम समवेयर the top down, जैसे air conditioning में fix हो गया, R32 410 में fix. Now everybody is comparable. जब तक आप refrigerant को fix नहीं करेंगे, आप बाकी चीजों को plug नहीं कर पाएंगे. And the last, I would love job में करा है. I'm really happy कि we have to start talking to the youngsters. We'll start talking to the college students. If we are expecting change to happen tomorrow, वो कभी नहीं होता. But if we start investing in tomorrow, the change will come. So that's what I say. Thank you.
So with this, I conclude today's session. Sir,
farm produce. And the second question is, Ashish ji बोल रहे थे शायद, about monitoring the status of the produce and putting sensors there and perhaps putting in, I don't know, methane sensors or some other sensors to ensure that when I am getting a higher level of degradation, so maybe an action is needed. Maybe I need to keep the temperatures lower, or if the degradation is not as much, the temperature.
What?